What is up, my peeps? Joshua Smith here at GSD Mode Studios, where every week I share new top real estate agent and entrepreneur interviews, along with tips that I'm personally doing inside my business that have allowed me to become one of the top real estate agents and team leaders on the planet. Check us out at gsdmode.com, where you can see more free, great content, tips, interviews, resources, trainings, and more that will help you massively grow your real estate business. Also, make sure to check out my personal mentorship coaching program at 90daymastery.com. This is for those of you wanting to create a truly successful real estate business that pays you the money you want, as well as gives you the time and freedom to live a life worth living. This is hands down the best, most effective, and most affordable real estate coaching program that exists out there. Thank you so much for all of your support. Now, let's dive on into today's content. What is up, my peeps? Joshua Smith here with another weekly episode of Leveling Up, where I come at you each week talking about different ways to level up in your business and in your life. Things that I'm personally doing, that I'm learning, that I'm trying, that I've done in the past that have helped me create success as well. So today I want to talk to you guys about think, visualize, action, and results, right? So many of you, I'm sure, have read the famous, great, amazing book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Awesome, badass book. And I get that titles of books are done in such a way to go out there and sell books, right? It's like I remember hearing Tim Ferriss talk about how he titled the book The 4-Hour Work Week. And he's like, look, dude, I had that title to go out there and sell books. It attracts people thinking about a 4-hour work week, right? He's like, dude, I don't just work 4 hours a week. I don't just sit around and watch paint dry on the walls. I'm out there hustling my ass off and taking action. That whole book is about efficiency. But with titles, right? Titles sell books. So with Think and Grow Rich, right? Now in Napoleon Hill's book, it's not just about thinking it and make it happen. It's not like The Secret, right? If you've ever watched that documentary. But that's what I want to break down and talk to you guys about today, right? Just an effective process to go out there and get the results that you want to get. And again, when it comes to thinking about it, visualizing it, backed with action, that's what leads to true results. So why are these components so important? Well, first off, man, we got to be using our brains. We got to be thinking about what it is that we want. Always constantly having the awareness and thinking about, well, what do I want to create? So many people, I have conversations constantly with, let's just say, real estate agents that want to go out there and create success, but they haven't thought about and broken down what that success truly means to them, right? It's like, okay, hey, if I want to go make 200 grand a year or $1 million a year, it's just fucking a piece of paper, right? Money doesn't, there's no value. I don't want to say there's no value to money. Obviously there is, but money itself, again, it's just a piece of paper. It doesn't do anything for us, right? It's the life that we are able then to go out there and lead, the opportunities that we can create, the memories that we're able to create, the things that we're able to do that money allows us to do. So we want to start thinking about those things, right? And getting very clear on what that looks like. So asking yourselves the right questions of man, what is the perfect day? This is an exercise I love to go through in all of my business planning, is I reverse engineer it. Never with, okay, well, what do I want to create in my business? It's always, what is the life I want to live? What would the perfect day be? Like what time do I wake up? What's the first thing that I do when I wake up? How do I feel? How energized do I feel? What do I do? Like, what's that first thing that I do? What's the second thing? What's the third thing? Right? And I'll just go play by play, writing this stuff down, notebooking this stuff of like, what would the perfect day look like? Okay, well then I can start then mapping out what type of a business must I eventually build that can allow me to go out there and live that perfect day each and every day, right? So that is the thinking part. Then from there, I want to visualize it. So what I mean by visualization is manifestation, right? So Napoleon Hill talks about this in Think and Grow Rich, a book that I highly recommend to you guys. Another book I highly recommend is called The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. I'm not sure, I might have butchered his last name there, but The Power of Awareness. This book is so amazing when it comes to manifestation and visualization. Same thing, right? So with that though, right? It's taking the thinking that much deeper and visualizing it to the point where it already exists. Right? Like here's an example. I'm looking at getting a new office building here within the next year or two. There's a space that I really want. Actually, it's just right across the street, and it's an empty shell, right? So it's almost a 6,000 square foot empty shell space. And in my head, so when I drive by that building every day, I visualize my sign being on that building every day, right? And I'm surprised the HOA hasn't kicked me out inside that building, because I go in there constantly and I just look in the windows of that space, and in my head, I visualize what that space is going to look like. Right? Like I already see us doing business in there. This is what my training room looks like. This is what the conference rooms look like, right? I'm visualizing the staff already in there. So Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, he talks about spending 20 minutes every single day. And the analogy I think he gives in the book, depending on what version, there's so many different versions out there of the book, but his original version of, let's just say you want this new house, this new mansion, whatever. He's like, dude, like for 20 minutes a day, visualize yourself, close your eyes and visualize yourself pulling up in the driveway. Of course, you know, you're in your dream car. You get out of your car, you stick the key into the front door, you open the door, you walk in the house, maybe your kids greet you know, right? You set your belongings down in your home office, but you're visualizing what that looks like. You walk in and give your spouse a hug and a kiss. And, you know, like even to the point where he talks about like visualize yourself cooking dinner and making meals in the kitchen and hanging out at your resort-like backyard and making that exist in your mind. Your mind cannot tell the difference between the conscious and the subconscious, right? So just manifesting deeply on those things, right? And manifestation is so powerful. Everything that I've yet to manifest in my life has come true. Of course, I'm manifesting on things right now that I want to come true, right? But previous things that I've manifested have all eventually come true, right? Once I got awareness of that, I was like, shit, man, I should have been visualizing manifesting much larger, right? As Grant Cardone talks about in 10X, one of his biggest mistakes was not setting big enough goals, right? And again, when you listen to the greats, you listen to a guy like Grant Cardone, he talks about this so heavily. His notepad that he keeps next to his bed every single day and visualizing what all of this stuff looks like, right? But then from there, it's not enough to just visualize and manifest on it. Man, then we got to sit there and take massive action on the right things that it's going to take to go out there and create there. You know, right? Like this office space across the street that I just mentioned, right? So I've already got with the bank. I know what my down payment needs to be. I know the cost of the tenant improvements, right? I know what all of that looks like and what needs to happen between now and then to make that a reality. And I'm working hard at it. But I'll tell you this, man, when you show up each and every day into the office and you know what you want and you're so clear and that shit already exists in your head, the action that you take in your office or during your workday is 1,000 times greater than when you don't have clarity on what you want. Look, to show up at each and every day, to put in the grind that we have to put in to create success, it's a fucking pain in the ass. Nobody enjoys it, right? It's difficult, it's hard, you know, right? There's times where we're on top of the world. There's times where, you know, we're as low moment as it can get, and it can get very tough if we don't know what we want. You know, I don't know the exact quote, but it's something, you know, it's in the Bible, but it's, you know, those without a vision will perish, right? So you want to make sure that you're very clear on what it is that you want and then taking action items. And this is why visualizing and manifesting each and every day on what it is that you want allows those actions to be so much more effective because it's always so fresh in your mind, right? You can't help but ask yourself, hey, is this action getting me one step closer to the result that I want, right? Because to go out there and create the success that we want to create, it boils down to just making better choices. But it's each and every day taking the right little actions every single day. And in the moment, those actions can seem so insignificant. Yeah, right? Like, did you hit the snooze button 3 times this morning or did you get your fucking ass out of bed? Yeah, right? When you got in the office, like, what did you, was the first thing that you do? What do you know, I've got it broken down above my desk. It's like, okay, I got 18 hours a day. I'm going to sleep 6 hours a night, right? 24 hours a day. That leaves me 18 hours left, right? So then when I break that down, it's like 1,080 minutes every single day that I have to execute on, right? And of course, those aren't all work. Those are working out, I'm eating, I'm spending time with my family, yeah, right? But I got 1,080 minutes to make shit happen every single waking day, right? That's plenty of time. We all have enough time, but allows me then to make sure that every action that I'm taking is congruent with getting me one step closer to what I want. If you're choosing to take actions and do things that aren't in alignment with your goal, the reality is, man, is your goal is never, it's just going to be a wish for the rest of your life. You're never going to go out there and make that goal a reality until you start taking the right actions. So this process, again, think, visualize, action, and then eventually that's what leads to results, becomes so massive. So again, you guys, if you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, awesome, amazing book. Get the original version. You know, it was written in the early 1900s, so some of it is a little bit of a challenging read, but we can't always just read the easy stuff, right? And then Power of Awareness. That book is so dope, so amazing. Make sure to check that book out as well. All right, guys, I hope you find this helpful. Go out there. I highly recommend that you follow this process. It's something I'm doing each and every day, day in and day out, and hopefully I'll be doing this and sticking this for the rest of my life. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check us out at gsdmode.com so you can see more great content just like this video, our podcast interviews, all the other great shit that we have out there. Lots of free trainings on there, some free coaching that I have on there. So check us out at gsdmode.com. Keep kicking ass. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Peace.